Louisiana, we are back, and we're back here on NCAA next as we continue our year one of this series, year two ever of the LT Jazz, and we are focusing on still getting those two guys to commit to us, though I think they both are kind of leaning towards us, so it's looking good like we're gonna get them. We come off of a embarrassing loss there, so now we've lost twice. A huge upset, USF beating USC, and sure enough, 1 week later we would get Chris Lewis to fully commit to us. That's a huge pickup in my eyes. I know he's only a 2-star. I like him the most. I love the size, I love the hands. I think he's a very big pickup. We would finally get back into the win column, right? Beating Sam Houston State there 27-22. It was a tough one, though. We had a fourth quarter comeback actually to give us the win. Beautiful fashion. We on the road we're 4-7. We're obviously not going to have a bowl game this year, so that's unfortunate, but Travis Jones did play pretty well besides the one pick, and then he did phenomenal. Oh, actually, excuse me, that's a different Jones. The run game was working really well. 3 rushing touchdowns, matter of fact. So if we can get the run game to be more consistent, we're gonna obviously play better and win more games. But 4-7 is the record going in. We have one more showdown. Now this was a huge game. I want to show you guys games around the league, not just our games, but the important games. Tennessee would get their win there, and then Ohio State, can they get it done? Of course they can. Every now and again I'd like to watch the number 1 team just because upsets can happen. And that would take us to our grand finale of the year. Since we're not going to have a bowl game, we're going up against Toledo. Now I don't know what happened. It just doesn't. I don't know. Don't ask me. They haven't played a game all year. I don't know if it's glitched out or what, but it's only for them. So focusing on the stats going in, we have one more game to add for these players, these kids to add to their stats if they're seniors. This is your final chance. Obviously, I don't think you're going to get to the pros, but there's not really much to talk about here other than Morris Johnson, who's a freshman. He set a school record with the 61 catches in a season, and his yards also have set the record. And then Nick Daniels with 9 sacks has already set the record as well. But they still have one more game to add to it, so we'll see what they can do. Here we're hoping to at least give the home fans here, the kids on campus and everyone rooting the LT Jazz on, give them one final showing here in Louisiana. Can we finish the year off right by getting a win against a school that I guess hasn't played all year? I really don't know. We'll see. They are very good, though. I looked at their stats, and they are definitely, they have 90 overall players on their team. So, like I said, the highest overall we have is a 75, which is Jones, our quarterback, who just fumbled the ball there as he tried to pick up the first down. He did a good job picking it up, but you got to hold the ball. You cannot do that. He is a senior, so if he wanted any chance to make it to the pros, he would have to do something amazing here. I just don't think anybody's gonna be making it to the pros from this team here. Though Chris Long does get up there. We've seen him kind of make some mistakes this year, but that wasn't one. He did pretty good there. Now Jones wide open is a guy, and they just, I don't know, just not on the same page. Just sloppy football from, I don't know if that was the wide receiver's fault or the quarterback. Either way, it was just bad. And now our defense is trying to get a stop. 2nd and 5 later in the game. None of the players for Toledo are named, so yeah, I don't know what that is, but their quarterback, number 7, is going to go in untouched, 11 yards, and it's not looking good. This has kind of just been the story of the year. Jones, one-on-one, nowhere near anyone. And Jones is going to keep it and should have flicked it out. It looked like he tried but hesitated there. And now setting up, and he's going to get sacked. And just like that, that'll end the drive. And Give the ball back to Toledo here as he'll dump it out to his running back. He'll make Chris Long miss and set up a 3rd and 4. Later, number 7, pressure in his face. He got hit, and it's a nice broken up pass right there. Good pressure by, I believe it was Daniels there, trying to get his 10th sack. He's running out of time. He needs to get it. There's Ruckers, the senior. I do believe he's a senior. Breaking tackles, a good return there. It would be Jones to Daniel, our tight end, and Rucker is the senior. I just confirmed it here on my paper. And there's Jones. I mean, Jones is showing some muscle, but just inconsistent with his throwing as it's Peterson. Diving, an amazing catch. You know, Jones, our quarterback, did set a school record for the most yards in a season thrown, but he also set a record for most interceptions as he finds Daniel. Is that Daniel? I think that was Daniel, the tight end. Wow. What a catch. And then he almost finishes it. Oh, so close. That is exactly what we needed right there. The crowd gets loud. It's a fake to the fullback. Jones keeps it. He tosses it out. It's a fumble. Somebody land on it. Oh, my goodness. What was Jones thinking? Or I don't know. Hill just didn't get it. Oh, man, this is bad. Now it's 3rd goal. And in and out of his hands. That's Daniel. So the one who made that catch, number 86, was not Daniel. And now we have them pinned back at least, but it's not going to matter. Chris Long isn't going to have the speed. Neither is Ruckers. He's gone all the way. I'm not going to count it down because we don't have lines on the field. But it is a touchdown for Toledo, and it would be the end of this game. Yeah, not a good performance. Very sloppy offense. Our defense played kind of decent. You know, we gave up some big plays, but you know, it was obviously the offense is to blame, right? You didn't put any points on the board. But we will say goodbye to Travis Jones. He didn't get to throw a touchdown. He didn't throw any interceptions, but he didn't throw a touchdown, which means, you know, he threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns in his college career. I don't see him getting drafted. As far as Daniels, he didn't get a sack, so he's going to finish with 9. And we will also be saying goodbye to Ruckers. He got an interception his final game in the, you know, in his college career. But I just don't think there's enough film on him to think that he's going to the pros. I'm being just quite honest with you guys. I don't think any LT Jazz are going to be making it to our Madden 25 series from this year. So all the seniors, thank you. You know, you did well. You fought hard, but it's time for us to grow this team, and we have to move on. So these are the final numbers on the year. We will take Travis Jones' yards and his completion percentage, and that is a new school record. So going forward from this point, those are the numbers to beat: 60% and 2,407 yards. He also did set the most interceptions for the to make it a new record. Obviously, we don't want to beat that one going forward. For the running game, no one sets a record. We had no running, it felt like, really prevalent at all. I mean, some of these numbers you could get in one game. But Morris Johnson did set a school record with the amount of catches and yards. So, and he's a freshman. Dude, Morris Johnson. Did I say Morris Jones? I don't know if I said that, but Morris Johnson actually looks like the player that we're going to build around going forward. He had a phenomenal year. And then, you know, focusing on defense, you know, tackle, Woods had 60 tackles, Albin 52, Daniels with 50. And then, of course, Daniels had 9 sacks. We have one more year with him. You know, hopefully he can continue that way, and I do think that that's actually kind of impressive, 9 sacks. If he can do it again or even improve from there, that'd be great. Edmonds and Rucker, though, those two get 2 interceptions apiece. We will not have Ruckers with us next year. He will be departing from us as he is a senior. And then we have Rutledge, who I think, you know, the kickers and punters we have to improve somehow, some way. But we'll see what we can do. As far as the championship to go. We're just going to cover them real quick and simulate them, get our live reactions to them. So this is our conference, of course, the CUSA, and it is Liberty that wins it, which is kind of cool because we lost against Liberty, but we beat Jacksonville State, so at least we know, we're the next runner up there. Like, we're not too bad off, right? We can win a conference championship, I think, in this series. Memphis loses their game there, and then the Mountain West Conference is gonna go to Boise State in a domination. Looks like North Carolina loses to Duke. And Washington holds on. So Washington is ranked 5th. They win their conference. They could be trying to make the playoffs here. We'll see. We're going to get the playoffs after these results, I think, to see who makes it. Is Tennessee is done. Call it quits for them. They're definitely not making the playoffs, even though they're kind of a little too far out, but they do lose their conference title to Arkansas. And then Michigan needs to take care of business here, which they do. Wow, and a shutout 27-0 over Illinois. And it is Trayvon Henderson who wins the Heisman, it looks like. So congratulations to him. Now let's see who is the playoff teams. And there you have it. Georgia versus Oregon and Washington versus Michigan. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Guys, that's going to be next episode. We're going to cover both games. Let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to make it to the national championship game? I'll see you guys there. Peace.